Welcome to the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with the support you need to finish your book. Best part is, after you finish your book, they take care of the entire publishing and marketing process 100% for you. So, if you want to become a successful author, make sure to check out authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today, I have LeRoy Malouf with us. EWBP removes root causes of symptoms that interfere with day-to-day life, from back pain to headaches, from anxiety to depression, and helps create and support a meaningful life filled with joy, balance, and energetic well-being. So welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Of course, man. Happy to have you on. Let's dive into the first one. The first one I have for you is, what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
Well, I was born and raised in West Texas. I went to MIT to school. I was very depressed. That was quite a culture shock. And the only time my mom sent me a book, it came, and it was Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking. And in there was an exercise where you would empty yourself. So morning, noon, and night, I would lie down and I would say, with God's help, I am now emptying my mind of all anxiety, all fear, all sense of insecurity, all sense of inferiority. And then I would say, when it felt like I was kind of empty, which of course was pretty easy, I would say, with God's help, I am now filling my mind with love. Mm-hmm. And that was about the time that Mr. Clean came out in the advertising. And I'd imagine this light and love just coming in and filling me top to bottom. Mm. And I did this, I think, for about 3 weeks. I forget the exact time. And I woke up and I was just completely filled with love and joy. It was like it pervaded the whole area. And my perception was amazing. I could see molecules shimmering in the air. It was life-changing.
That's amazing, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. The next one is, what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
Well, we humans are only strong to 20% of our life, which means our energy goes weak to 80%. Anytime we're irritated, frustrated, upset, reacting, etc., our energy goes weak. And any one of those times is small, but when we accumulate them over days, weeks, a lifetime, we get energy blocked and we get symptoms. And the good news is the symptoms have intelligence. They're trying to tell us what to clear away.
And what is your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
It's important to be doing what you really have confidence in. In other words, it isn't what are you skilled at versus what are you not skilled at. It's what are you skilled at that you get satisfaction out of versus what are you skilled at that you don't get satisfaction out of. See, we think that if we're skilled in something that we ought to be doing it. Not so. You only be one of doing those things that you really have energy for, and you feel like you have confidence in doing it.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Find all this sooner.
And in your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
Self-acceptance. I published 2 books, and while I was writing the first one, I went through 5 months of not being able to keep anything on my stomach. And I finally said, well, what is this about? And it's like, it was rejection. I said, oh, wait, how many different ways am I not accepting myself? I found about 75 ways I went through, built self-acceptance. That became chapter 19 in my first book, which is our biggest symptom is lack of self-acceptance.
And what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from it?
It was The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. And it was in that book where he showed the exercise of emptying yourself and then filling yourself.
And what is your favorite quote and why?
You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. It's because our symptoms have truth in them. Like the lady said, I was in an automobile accident 25 years ago. I got whiplash. I've had neck pain ever since. And I said, okay, focus on the neck. How many things in your life are a big pain in the neck? And I got about 7. And she said, oh, yeah, there's this about my job, this about my spouse, this about money. And as soon as we cleared those away, her pain went away.
Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on. The last one I have for you before we let you go is, where is the best place for our audience to find you online?
My website is EWB as in boy, P as in Paul.com, EWBP.com.
Perfect. Thanks again for jumping on.
Thanks for having me on. Wish you the very best.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.